Okay, so for those of you who don't know too much, or haven't been following me as long as some of the other people, when I first got into StarCraft, it was because I was a big Diablo player. My father brought home this game, StarCraft. He played it in his office, and he was like, Nathan, check this out. And I was like, right, boring. And I went back to playing Diablo and whatever, and just chilling. And one day, I decided, you know what, I'll just try it, right? And I was like, Mitchell, my good friend Mitchell, he's in the Air Force. At the time, I was like, Mitch, just try this. And we would go and we'd play and we'd like do stepping stones and shit, and it was awesome. Like we would go, we'd play, we'd open up lobbies, be like, free for all on 3-player map, and then the two of us would cannon rush the other guy and just cheese him, and it was hilarious. Our best story ever was we did a 3 versus 1, and that one guy beat us because he was like a C or whatever in IC Cup, which was way above all of us because we could only carry a rush or cannon rush. So then, some of you guys don't know, I had a single father for most of my life, and October in November of 2009, you guys may not know this. On Thanksgiving night, I had I'd gone out for dinner with my family at a friend's residence. He's actually the local fire chief, actually. His wife is probably the nicest person I had ever met in my entire life, and I owe her a lot. And we went to go see the movies, of course, afterwards, because we wanted to do something as just a family. My two brothers and my father and I. And we received a call from them once we arrived at the movie theater, saying that they'd received a call from a local fire station by our house that our house was on fire. We lived about 10 minutes or so from the movie theater. So my dad says, well, at least we didn't buy tickets yet for the movie. We were in the lobby arguing over what to see. So we went back, got in the car, and we drove back. And it was pitch black, middle of the night. And we looked, and we were driving down this road. So there's a lake, and there's a bunch of trees. I live in a very beautiful wooded area, or used to at least. And we see a big black billowy cloud of smoke rising into the sky. So we immediately realize, okay, this is pretty serious. So we arrive on the scene. I've never seen more like, I don't even know how to say this, public working vehicles. There was like 3 fire trucks, there were 2 ambulances, a cop car or 2, and there were just everyone that was local that came by, and all the cars for the volunteer fire department people that had to come in. So it was a crazy scene. Place was completely ablaze. Probably one of the most crazy things I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, so we just kind of, yeah, emergency response vehicles. And so I stood there on Thanksgiving night and watched everything that I'd ever owned disappear, except for the jacket I had on me and like a bag with some of my school books. The only thing I didn't lose was my school stuff. Go figure. And in the weeks following this, I had known about StarCraft happening. We'd just discovered the pro scene actually the last year. So I was in my junior year of high school when this happened, and we'd heard about the beta for StarCraft 2 starting, and my friends, all pitched in and bought me a computer. So a lot of times I think Axel Toss tweeted at me, he's like, you have a really good computer. And I'm like, well, I mean, like, don't judge me because about the whole microphone situation. And I have a really, really nice computer that was donated to me by all of my friends, basically pitched in because the only thing I had never had a good thing of that I wanted was a computer. So they were going to make that happen. And in the meantime, I had a laptop to play on, and I didn't really have any games because my Age of Empires disc was gone, and my StarCraft disc was gone, and my Diablo disc was gone. Everything was gone. My PlayStation was gone. All my Metal Gear Solid games, my Beanie Baby collection. I didn't have anything. So I was just kind of bored looking around. I looked through my emails, and I remembered that I had registered like CD codes or whatever for StarCraft. And I sent Blizzard an email, and I said, I just want to thank you guys because I was actually able to download play StarCraft on the computer. It was the only game I had to play for the entire time. Basically a period of about 6 or 8 months. until we actually got settled into a place. We lived in a hotel for a while, and I emailed them thanking me, and they sent me a copy of the beta. So for Wings of Liberty, and this was in like March. So that's how I got into StarCraft 2, and it was one of the nicest gestures, because I'd messaged a lot of people, either looking for any help or just just to say hello, and they sent me that. So one of the most awesome things about 2010 for me was being able to go and pick this up at midnight, and this was one of the most awesome experiences ever, because that company had Blizzard really went. I mean, it was awesome, because they said, we really like your story, and all I had said in the email was thank you, and please let whoever made it possible for me to play my games know that I appreciate them as well. So yeah, and I was terrible in Wings of Liberty beta, of course. I actually couldn't play the beta because I didn't have a computer that could run it. I had to borrow my friends' computers to play the beta, and thankfully they actually sent me a key to give to a friend as well. So I would never have gotten as much into StarCraft 2 if it wasn't for Blizzard. Basically, just helping me out in a time of need. Nobody else that I had sent any emails to or any letters to responded. Someone had tried to contact New York Jets, and they were like, "Oh, you want to buy season tickets?" I'm like, "No, my house just burned down. I don't know who contacted you, but yeah." So this was a really awesome experience for me. And getting this just kind of, I don't know, that's how I got into StarCraft. So that was when I really got serious about it, because I discovered something that I really, really liked. And now, over the course of the past year, if you guys weren't aware, I of course, a lot of crazy things have happened. Started in January. I was getting into streaming, playing the game more, and then a bunch of nice people came into my life. So when I went to GameStop today to pick up this, I was in the car back home, and I told my friend Laker that was coming. I said, "You know what, this." I kind of hold my future in my hands right here with this box, just kind of thinking about how much this means to me, the possibilities of where StarCraft can take me. So I realized that my life has been completely changed by StarCraft, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be right now than working in this industry. I haven't quite made it yet, but as I've told many people, I'm a persistent son of a bitch. I'm not going to give up, but it's you guys. It's you guys, the great company that makes these games, and all of the people that work there that really encourage people to kind of, shoot for what they believe in and do what makes them happy. So StarCraft, I'm very happy to have this be, one of the biggest things in my life right now. So I want to thank all of those guys that do that. And without further ado, I'm going to open this up. Of course, the beta server's not online for 2 more hours, so yeah. But before I continue, I just want to thank one last time everybody that's ever sent me a message saying, I appreciate what you do. Anyone that's ever sent me a message just kind of thanking me for streaming. Anyone that's ever donated, of course. But, much more than any kind of amount of money is really the support that people give me, because obviously everyone in my position gets, you get criticisms, you get hate mail and whatever. But it's everyone that has ever given me any kind of thumbs up towards doing what makes me happy. I want to thank you very, very much for being a part of my life in esports, and we only have a long way to go up, but we're going to go there together. And the 40 people watching this live right now, you guys are the reason why I do this. I don't make millions doing this. I don't have a fancy car. I don't have anything crazy except this nice computer that, I'm always like, well, what specs do you have? And I'm like, well, I always feel ashamed to say that because I didn't pay for it, but yeah, so let's just open this up. So, yeah. This is Heart of the Swarm Collector's Edition, of course. I will buy Collector's Editions for anything else Blizzard I ever buy for the rest of my life, as being the only company to not tell me to go fuck myself when I had absolutely nothing. By the way, Beanie Babies, if you'd like to sponsor me and replace my lost collection, I had about 40 of them with tags. I was a weird kid. But I love that it's because it opens like this. It's designed exactly like the Wings of Liberty case, so very awesome. And now we have in here, we have our sick art book. Yes, great stuff. I love the art stuff. Everything that goes into this. There's a lot of work, of course, that goes into making these games and whatnot. And here's the included mouse pad. My mouse pad's gotten really old, so I'm glad I have a new mouse pad to use. Thank you, Blizzard. So that's our book. Awesome, awesome stuff. The game DVD. This is a very important piece of our equation here. I have to make sure I don't accidentally pull something out that has like my collector's edition serial key because I don't have it registered yet. Here's my behind the scenes DVD. I'll never watch this, but it's cool to have. To webcam down. Put down a little bit, I guess. And let's see what do we got here. Soundtrack, also awesome. Mousepad, seems fine. It doesn't feel like it's made of cloth. I don't know. Oh, and I got all these. I got swag now. I've got guest passes. Oh man, I got 2 World of Warcraft guest passes, 2 StarCraft Wings of Liberty guest passes. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably give these away immediately. I don't care. And what else? That's all. So great stuff. I don't know.